now we're really going to switch up the vibe. And we're going to play one of our fastest songs. So this one features quite impressive bass lines from our bassist, Keegan. And it also features some, and Sombliss gets a little scared when I say this, but I'm going to say it anyway, some Jimi Hendrix influenced guitar in here, I think. And I love Jimi Hendrix, so yeah. And then the drums are also impressive, and the vocals are pretty cool too. So there's some crunchy harmonies and some weird, like, augmented chords going on. So yeah, this is Fallen Signals.
Hi, yeah, I'm just curious. When you're talking, you two, it sounded like you two got together and started this whole deal. How did everybody else, what did you guys do? All show up at a Dairy Queen and start singing? Like, how did you come together?
All right. Okay, so I'll start, and then I'll let every member, like, kind of tell their story. So, yeah, so it started with Sans Bliss here as my neighbor. And actually, the very beginning was, yeah? Okay. I play the violin, and he initially hired me to do a duet with the guitar for his daughter's dance. And that's how I got to know him. And then, as I said earlier, he told me about his singing idea, and I was on board. And then, give it a year or so of just individually practicing these songs and seeing where they'd go. Who came along next? Keegan?
Yeah. Okay, so similar process here, actually. I kind of got cornered, can't lie. I was in a competition because I do trampoline and tumbling gymnastics, and I was in Calgary at the time. It so happens that our guitarist's son also does the same sport, so he was at the same competition. And we're at this hotel restaurant, and he starts, showing me like some of the musical things that he was doing. And then a few weeks later, I get a text or a call, I can't quite remember, just asking me, hey man, I got a band, and I noticed you play bass, yeah, you showed me, and I was wondering if you wanted to give it a shot. And I said, you know what, all right, sure. So I joined, here we are.
2 years later, almost now.
So, as Keegan was mentioning, he's involved with tramp and tumbling. Well, Mr. Curtis over here also has a son in tramp and tumbling. So there's a bit of a triad of sport on the background. And actually, I knew Curtis probably 10 years before we were in our sons were in gymnastics. And we both talked about music a lot then, but I had no clue that he could play drums. But, as time goes on, you get to know people, and then I do guitar, and, I was always hoping that somebody would be musical that I speak to, because I think I've been secretly wanting to put a band together for the last 30 years, which is true. And then, how did it come together? I'm going to pass the mic over to you, because I sort of can't remember how it all came to be, but...
Yeah, well, it's pretty accurate, and maybe my story is similar to even to Keegan somewhat. At that time, my drums had dust on them. I hadn't played in a long time, and I played in a band maybe 20 years ago. So I was kind of keeping quiet about, I'm a drummer, because I wasn't playing much. So I actually was away on a business trip. So by the time I arrived, I already had been hired as the drummer. So I got there, I sat down, like, guess what, Kurt? You're in a band, you're the drummer. Oh, okay, sounds cool. So I guess that's kind of how it went.
My story is similar. We met at our job, but it's hybrid, so it's very lucky we were in the same office that day working, and we got to talking about how we both love music. I took voice lessons and choir, but singing had come to make me very nervous, and I was avoiding it. But I really wanted to sing again, and so Sans Bliss probably worked me up to it for about a year, and I finally said, yes, I'll try it. And I got caught up on all the original songs that Sans Bliss has written, over 20 songs, but I've learned about 10 now. I'm so happy to be singing again. Thanks, Sans Bliss, for bringing music back to my life. And his first piece of advice was for me to also take a stage name, so I go by Bex sometimes. And last but not least, Brayden.
So, I've been playing drums for years. Curtis has me beat by maybe about 4,000 years. But you know what? If you ever heard the term small world, this band is absolutely the definition of small world, because all that relation. And then my mom happens to work with Sans Bliss and Bex, so that's how I first joined this. It was supposed to kind of be like a, hey, do you want to play like just one time? We did Zubru back in June. I was like, you know what? Sure, because I've been in bands before, and those have not stuck at all. So they hit me up, they let me know. So I go and I play, and I think probably about the span of a week, and I was in the band. So for what went to a one-time thing, went to I am now stuck with these crazy people. So
Officially, he joined the band at the beginning of August.
Yeah.
So it's a continuous process. Hopefully, we don't get any more members, but you never know.
we'll be at 9 by year's end. Don't worry. Yeah, be at 9.
Lovely.
That was a good question, Randy. Thank you.
That's good. Vote of confidence.
All right, so we have one more song for you. This one's not an original. Does anybody know The Cure? Yes? Okay, awesome. So this is their song, Boys Don't Cry. And Sombliss thought it would be interesting to hear it from a woman's voice and a woman's point of view. So, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
But I know that this time I've said too All right, that was so much fun.